Indianapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team that wins.
It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his... First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. To throw on second down, Elmore. And that'll be incomplete. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on fourth down here. They'll try and run for it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
That was fourth and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't fourth and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations, 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down, all right? This is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution. And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Looking to throw. Elmore. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Now, the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on fourth down. On fourth down, Elmore. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 6 yards going for it on fourth, and now it's first and goal. From the gun, Elmore. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. In for the score, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Ready, ready. They'll run on first down. Armstrong. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right, got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throw left side complete. That's Waters. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. On first down, Cottrell throwing the out route incomplete. It's Waters. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. These guys manage the crossing route. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line. This quarterback now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Now a give right side. It's Armstrong. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 56 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. Back to throw. Cottrell got his man complete over the middle. It's Hicks. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 8 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give him 16. Yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Looking to throw. Elmore. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on. To it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. On 3rd down, Goodson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. It'll be an Arizona 1st down on a gain of 17.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On 1st and 10, Elmore. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Elmore. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Get ready! Get ready! Get ready! Now!
From the gun, Cottrell. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone can go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
Ready?
Throwing on 3rd and long, Cottrell. Over the middle, complete. That's Armstrong. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance, if they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pick up there, 26 yards. Off the play fake. Elmore. Dancing to his left. And he finds a man on a crossing route. That's good for 28 yards.
Let's go.
And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Off play action. Elmore. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw. Elmore. And that is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. On 4th down, Elmore. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cottrell looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hicks. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. This quarterback now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
Ready? 30 base.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14 to 10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. On first down, Goodson.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals have once again taken the lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Check 26, let's go.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Looking to throw. Cottrell gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Back to throw. Cottrell.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is taken at the 18. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. To throw again, Elmore. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Check 56.
Throwing on first down. Cottrell. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Cottrell. Incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Back to the air on second down. Elmore. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Elmore. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. Fights loose. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Off the play fake, Elmore. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15. It's a gain of 34. Hey, you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
On first down, Elmore. His pass caught at the 4. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Mike 48, Mike 48.
Back to throw. Elmore to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Looking to throw. Elmore. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 3 yards out, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This is fielded at the 27. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10.
25, check 25, check 25. Turn up. Kill, turn up. Mike 3.
They'll run on 1st down. Goodson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
2nd and 13. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Elmore. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle the team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Goodson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Elmore. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. On 1st down, Goodson, and an alley to run. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Goodson. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
1st down, Arizona.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. Goodson. Room here to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Looking to throw. Elmore. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They'll run on 1st down. Goodson, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Back to throw. Elmore, and that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick, and it's 3rd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Cottrell. He's got Smith here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. On 1st and 10, Cottrell. It's caught. Smith. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Cottrell throwing left side here, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll look to throw. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Back to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
So they got...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Room to run again. And down to the 29-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, no, he lost the football. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Operating from the gun, Elmore. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Elmore, and it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So a very interesting final chapter to this proverbial book here in this one, because they were in field goal range, could have won it with a field goal, elect to go for the touchdown. I still don't know what they were doing.
As great as this game was and as dramatic an ending as we had, the post-game press conference is going to be key, because they're going to be asking Coach, why not a field goal attempt there? You got an opportunity to win it right there with your guy, and instead you run another play.
Yeah, we might need to stop by that press conference on our way out the back door here.
Yeah, just slow down the plane for us, all right? We got to get an answer before we go.
So for Arizona, the streak continues as they push their mark to a perfect 12-0 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls.